Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? I'm fresh off the clock. It's top of the week, Monday. We got gym today. We got gym tomorrow. I don't know if I can make it on Wednesday and Thursday. Shit finna be lit for the next few months. My son start basketball. So we back to that. And that's how the story go. But peep gang, man. We gotta rap about what happened on we gotta rap about Saturday's festivities, man. Listen, man. I want to say whatever decision the judges decided to make for that fight would have been the right decision, man. That was high level boxing, man. I can't recall a fight at that level this competitive since maybe Golovkin and Canelo. That's one fight that comes to mind, you think, as far as just competitiveness and just like it being nip and tuck and back and forth, and you just get to a point where you're not tasked with the obligation of scoring the fight in the right direction. So you just leave that to those who are. You got it. All you can do is just sit back and enjoy it. That was it. Just that it was that type of fight. Because I remember watching Canelo and Golovkin, and I was with the bro, and he was like, "Yo, they backs have not even touched the rope yet, and this is in the 10th round." I just oh my god, man, that was competitive boxing right there, high level, extremely high level boxing, man. So just yeah, man. That's what we got on Saturday with Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, man. I was wrong in the sense of saying Dmitry Bivol would hit the canvas for the first time in his career, but I was right in saying Artur Beterbiev would go the distance for the first time in his career. You dig? And I thought they'd split the rounds, and him getting knocked down would be the deciding factor. But he finished the fight on his feet, and just the fact that I'm seeing a lot of people talk about how it wasn't that great of a match. It was a good match, but it wasn't a great fight. It's just, you dudes are just so dense minded, man, and it's sickening. That what makes a great matchup, by a lot of y'all niggas' estimation, man, because a great matchup to you, what y'all want to see, I get it. Y'all want to see knockouts, y'all want to see, broken ribs, orbital bone, nose, you dig? A jaw. Y'all want to see shit like that. Now, granted, boxing is a violent sport, so we all want to see that shit. But when you become a connoisseur of the sport, you can appreciate a chess match, but an entertaining chess match, and that's what this was. Early on in the fight, man, Artur Beterbiev inserted Dmitry Bivol. He asserted himself, man. He stepped to him. He stepped in behind his straight shots. Bivol he's not no hook and uppercut type of fighter anyway, man. He likes to keep the fighters as much distance as he possibly can, so he can step back. Be at a range where he can step in and step out without risking himself for getting countered over the top. And that's what he did for the first 3 rounds, man. And he stepped to him. It wasn't like he was 1-2 and get back out, man. He throw a third or a fourth punch in the pocket and would initiate the exchanges. And I think that right there kind of took Beterbiev out of his element. Like, what the fuck is this? You dig? What the fuck is going on here, man? Like, you step into me like this, but if he had power like a Joe Smith Jr., this fight would be a lot. It would have been a lot different than what it eventually became, because Joe Smith Jr. was a dude who he stepped to Artur Beterbiev, and I think he overwhelmed him at a point in time. But the thing was, Joe Smith Jr. doesn't have the feet of an Artur Beterbiev, so Beterbiev was able. All right, cool. This shit is kind of catching me off guard, man. So I'm gonna make this in-ring adjustment right here, and I'm gonna force you to come and give chase now. And now you walking in the back hands. Now you walking in the rear uppercuts. You walking into all type of wild shit. So that was the advantage of someone like an Artur Beterbiev and being a Swiss Army knife, man. Joe Smith Jr. didn't have that, but and so because of that, he was able, that sealed his fate. That sealed his fate in 2 rounds. But Bivol has that. Bivol is a Swiss Army knife in that ring, so he was able to step to him. He was real composed in the pocket. And this is another thing that people don't get credit for, man. Just being defensively sound, even in exchanges, man. Keeping your back hand up. Something as small and minute as that can make or break how what happens in a clinch situation, man. This is what are you doing? This is why Devin Haney got clipped the way he did by Ryan Garcia. That's the exact reason why he got clipped. That pullback shit, like showbiz the adult says it, that bow and arrow effect, where he wants to get a little bit more extension on the jab while he's at a safe distance. So you hear so with him, he's overreaching with that jab and it's compromising his defense. And Ryan was able to put a shot right there in the gap of that defense, man. Bivol isn't like that. Bivol isn't like that, man. This dude was, just it was straight shots and it was compact shots and it was compact defense in the midst of him exchanging shots, getting to the side of shots, even in the pocket, getting up under shots, man, getting your head off the line while you throwing a straight. You throw the straight, roll up under there. You, just high level boxing, man. And he was doing shit like this for the first 3 rounds, and it was to the point where before, Beterbiev kind of had to go on a retreat, like, all right, man, let me gather myself, man, because we all knew he's gonna, Beterbiev knew, you saw it in his body language, man. I got a 15-piece puzzle ahead of me, and it's a long night ahead of me as well. He had a long night ahead of him. He knew what time it was. He definitely knew what time it was, man. But that's the beauty of boxing. That's the beauty of the sport. So you're like, all right, okay, let's get into it. So he takes that few steps, he's taking back, he's backing up just slightly, not to the point where he's in a retreat, but sometimes you gotta, look at all the angles you dig. All right, cool. Okay, all right. I got enough downloaded to where now I can begin to assert myself. And when he went to assert himself, he made good, it was good work, man. It was good work. He got to a point where he's like, I can't keep fighting like this. I have to eventually assert myself. And when I assert myself, we'll see the patterns and the mistakes that he makes as I'm applying pressure. And that's exactly what he did, man. And by the time the 4th round came around, we didn't see too much. We didn't really see Bivol. We didn't see Bivol commanding the center of the ring like he did in the second, the rounds 1 through 3. We didn't see that. We saw him start to, kind of be. He was getting forced to his back foot, uncomfortably forced to his back foot. You dig? And Artur is standing at the middle of the ring and taking those little, those subtle steps to his, to his left to cut off the ring. And bro, the way that man cut off the ring was immaculate. I'm like, God damn. Only fighter that I can see that really was able to pin Bivol to the rope in that capacity was Canelo. That's honestly the only fighter I've really been seeing that I can remember, that I can recall pinning Bivol to the rope like that. That's the only fighter I can remember, that I can recall doing that shit, man. The difference was Beterbiev had the better durability, the better stamina, and the bigger punch to pin him on the rope and punish him on the rope. You dig? And the relentlessness, the gas tank. Canelo didn't have all that at his disposal. But I'm seeing Bivol start to straddle the rope just a little bit, just uncomfortably bad, and this is when you start to see Beterbiev really start to come on. This is where you start to see Beterbiev start to be like, all right, now this is the Beterbiev that we know right here. This is the Beterbiev that we know. Now I can't really recall the shots that was being thrown, and that I got to go back and watch the fight all over again, man. But I remember, and just. It was more exchanges. It was more exchanges initiated by Bivol, and I do remember him being pushed around from one end of the ring to the next. And it's just with Beterbiev, it's bro. The dude he wasn't letting up. He wasn't letting up, man. Even when Bivol would go on a retreat. And that was, he was, clipping, tapping the body. He never abandoned the body. And you clear as day saw the results of that shit because Bivol his energy started to dissipate. And we just started seeing Beterbiev, put punches together. Even when Bivol was on the retreat, because it's like, I had to preserve myself to the later rounds. So I can't afford to go in here and get into any more exchanges. I have to make it to the 12th. I have to make it to the 12th round. So by this time, he's not as worried about the counter as he was early on in the fight. So he was just able to keep putting punches together. And the thing is with Beterbiev, he doesn't need to load up on shots. He doesn't need to overly commit to the shot and just sit down on the punch and get full extension on the shot. He doesn't need to do that. And as Bivol is saying, even the shots that he's throwing in combination, each shot is hitting with the same effect as the first shot. If he's putting 5 punches together, all 5 of them hoes is stinging. You know what I'm saying? And you're starting to see that because Bivol is going, he's getting less and less active. The counter punching and everything was there, man. I remember I can't remember what round it was, but Bivol threw a lazy jab and Beterbiev sent us a right selling over the fucking lazy jab. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, I've never seen Bivol this apprehensive, man. Ever. I've never seen Bivol this apprehensive. But even with that apprehension, that level of apprehensiveness, he's still asserting himself. He's still stepping in behind the shots. He's still putting punches together. They were far in between in a lot of rounds, but they were there enough to where you could argue that he won that fight. You can make a legitimate argument that he won that fight. A legitimate argument, man. I don't want to hear no slander from about Bivol. And another thing is just him being class personified and a sportsman. Like, no excuses. The better man won. Like, salute to Beterbiev. Salute. Like, good job, good win. Everybody else is mad. He's like, no, it was a good win. There's no, like, to say that this fight was a robbery is asinine to me because, whatever decision the judges would have made would have been the right decision. If Bivol got the decision, it would have been the right decision. If it was a draw, it would have been the right decision. Beterbiev got the decision, it was the right decision. It was the right decision, man. Niggas just get it so fucked up there. A competitive fight is not a robbery. I didn't think Lomachenko and Devin Haney was a robbery. I didn't think that. I didn't think it was a robbery because I understand why people would say that it was a competitive bout. It was a competitive bout. Now, do I agree with 116, 112? Fuck no, because no fighter can say that they won more than 7 rounds. No fighter can say that. You can, bro. The argument for a draw is there's nothing you can't argue against the draw because it was that competitive. You can't argue against the draw. You can't. That fight was that close. That fight was that competitive. That was a damn good fight. That was no. That was a great fight. That was a great fight. Shit, I want a rematch personally, man, because we don't get rivalries like that no more, man. We don't get rivalries like that. So for us to get a rivalry of these two motherfuckers right here, undisputed, oh yeah, yes. I like it. I like that. Let's make it happen again. But the slanders, I'm just, from either fighter, because it's a lot of people who are mad that Bivol lost, and they saying, oh, I thought Artur Beterbiev was supposed to be destructive, and he got found out. He got found out that he's human. Nigga, we all human. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? Y'all were expecting this dude to go in here and do a demolition job on the top, on probably the best defensive fighter in the sport. That made, like, what in the fuck type time are y'all on, bro? What type time are y'all on? Y'all were expecting this dude to go in here and just outline homeboy in chalk. And how do you come to this conclusion? Like, you dudes is weirdos. No, I was not expecting no knockout. I was not expecting Beterbiev to go in there and knock out no Dimitri Bivol. No, fuck no. Hell no. You talk about a dude who's never been down before, but he's supposed to go in there and get knocked out? No. I didn't expect a knockout. I expected a knockdown, but I didn't expect no knockout. And I didn't even get a knockdown. And why didn't we get a knockdown or a knockout? Because Bivol is a quality fucking operator in the ring. For all the bells and whistles that Bivol has, Beterbiev was able to neutralize that. His immaculate defense, his immaculate feet, mainly his immaculate defense, his immaculate feet, and his durability. His immaculate durability was able to allow him to hear the 12th, the bell on the 12th round, the beginning bell and the end bell, the final bell. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I just don't get how somebody can sit there and find fault to bang on Beterbiev for not going in there and knocking a dude out who's never been knocked out before. It just don't make much sense to me. Just the narratives that people are running with. I'm like, y'all niggas is a trip. I swear to everything, y'all different. That was an incredible matchup. That was a great fight. at the highest level you could put. Bro, there was so little mistakes that were being made between the two of them. Even the only thing you can say about Bivol is he's not busy enough because Bivol, Beterbiev is really starting to step up his aggression. And his power and just, how thudding of, how thudding his punches are, bro. Like, that's the only thing you can think of to slight Beterbiev. That's the only thing you can say. That's the only thing you can say about, okay, sweet 23, about Bivol. He's not throwing enough. He's not throwing enough. That's it. That is literally it. That dude stayed on his feet. He initiated the exchanges, all of that, man. Nobody but Bivol has won 12 with fucking Artur Beterbiev. Nobody. So why is Artur Beterbiev be ashamed because Bivol went 12 with him? This shit is stupid. Like, this is stupid. Because an defensively immaculate fighter was able to go 12 with a nigga, that means he ain't shit. You did, like, he got found out. Okay, so what are we saying about Bivol here? What are you, because you're inadvertently talking greasy about him. You're saying the shit that you're saying. When you slight one fighter for another one, it's slanderous to the fighter that you're trying to give kudos to. You can't give kudos to Bivol, or you can't give kudos to Bivol while denigrating Beterbiev, because you were expecting Beterbiev to go in here and run over a dude who's the second best fighter in the division and the number one defensively rated fighter in the fucking sport. It makes no sense. That was a great fight. And more about it's just so many people were it's more people trying to find fault with Beterbiev because they thought that Bivol won. And a lot of these niggas only think that Bivol won because Bivol is a back foot fighter. He fights on, he punches on the go. And America in particular has this fucking thing where this slick American fighter myth and all that shit. So of course they gravitate more towards Bivol. That shit right there is I don't want to call it xenophobia, but it's just, what are you doing, my dude? It's just, them niggas being disenchanted with back foot fighters. Oh, Floyd Mayweather. Oh shit, he using the Philly shell. No, he doesn't use the Philly shell, but he is a fighter who fights, who he walks you in the shots. He works behind his straight shots. He can take half steps back. The literal half step, not a full step, a half step. So America has this thing for slick fighters, man. So anytime you see a fighter using a Philly shell or they're able to walk you in the shots, they're automatically gonna go with, oh shit, Floyd, he slick. Oh, he won the fight. At least here in America, man, it's just goofy shit. So a lot of the stick that Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev is getting is just coming from that paradigm, because Bivol is a defensively immaculate fighter and works off of the back foot. And because of that, they're gonna use that to demean Artur Beterbiev. It's just real childish shit, real childish banter, real goofy, dumb, corny nigga shit, man. It was a great fight, and whatever decision was made would have been the right decision to make. It'd have been the right decision to make. Artur Beterbiev won the fight. That was the right decision. If Dimitri Bivol won the fight, it would have been the right decision. If it was a draw, it would have been the right decision. Let's just stop playing games, man. Let's just, sit back and be objective about the situation. You thought Bivol was gonna go in there and get knocked out, and because he didn't get knocked out, ended up going the distance and put up a fight. Now all of a sudden Beterbiev ain't shit. Or he's basic. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. When Canelo went 12 with Golovkin them 2 times, it's the same thing. You dig? People, when you're fighting somebody on your level, your contemporary, you're not always gonna get no knockout. It's not gonna go like that. Roberto Duran, that shit didn't end in no. It was no mas. I'm like, that don't count as no knockout. That nigga got frustrated and said, "I'm outie, bro." Nah, man. You fighting your contemporaries, you're not always gonna get a knockout. It's not gonna happen, and that's okay. God damn. So that was a really competitive bout. And it's a lot of niggas that's out here thinking that Beterbiev is sweet. And I got bars for you niggas as soon as I get out this hospital. We about to rap about that because the level of fucked up you niggas got me, man. Oh no. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to talk. Oh yeah. I can't wait to talk about this shit because y'all got me fucked all the way up, man. So it's on. As soon as I get back in this wheel, it's on. We finna have us a nice little sit down about that shit, man. A really nice sit down. But salute to Artur Beterbiev. Salute to Dmitry Bivol. Y'all are class personified. Dmitry Bivol made no excuses as to why he lost. He just simply said good win and took his loss like a man. And if you ask me, it ain't even a loss. You feel me? Even though it's a loss on his record, that man put up a hell of a fight, and you can argue that he won that fight. You can argue that that shit was a draw. Salute to Dmitry Bivol. Hey, you're the truth, champ. Congratulations to Artur Beterbiev for being the first undisputed world champion at 175 pounds in the four belt era. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it, man. I'll see y'all later. Deuces.